I'm going to explain to you what information is. You probably think you know what information is. You know it is what you get when you look up something on Wikipedia or when you watch a video on YouTube or when you read a book or something. But actually that's not what information is. That's data. Data is just a stream of bits and pieces of things. It doesn't mean anything. Information, on the other hand, is something completely different. The second law of thermodynamics says that entropy wins every time. What it really means is that information is conserved. Information is a way of organizing data in such a way that it can be used to answer specific questions. For example, if you want to know what time it is, there are many different ways of organizing the data that the second hand of a clock moves in a circle once every 60 seconds. A really good source of information is the position of the sun in the sky, because it turns out that the direction the sun is facing gives you a lot of information about where food is likely to be. Now, obviously, this isn't universal. It only works in some circumstances. Maybe when the sun's setting, it's reflecting off a lake and making the lake look like a big orange ball of fire, and there's yummy fish in it. So the position of the sun in the sky, that's a piece of data. But the fact that you have organized that data in such a way that you know that it tells you where to find the food, that's information. That's information. Because out of all the possible ways of organizing that data, you've chosen the one that is useful for answering the question, what time is it? This means that no matter how you organize your data, no matter what questions you're trying to answer with it, it will always be conserved. In other words, it will always be perfectly used. There will always be exactly as much information in a system as there is data available to use. This is why we call information conserved, because it's always perfectly used. And there are lots of different ways of organizing data to answer different questions. For example, if you're a starling, which is a kind of bird, and you want to know where you can find food, now here's the thing. Physics says that information is conserved. So physics says that information is conserved, but physicists also like to make things complicated, so they give it a funny name. They call it entropy. Okay, thanks, bye.